In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to tie my favorite cicada pattern. It's that time of the year, man. These bugs are hatching everywhere and the fish are killing them. I use a number 2, that's a stinger hook. Put a huge thread base down. Everything's got a glue to this thread base. So we've got some foam coming up. We've got some special cutters that are in the shape of a cicada. So it's important you have a good thread base. That way you can glue everything together. Just 2 pieces of foam. The first one's a little bit thicker. I cut a slit all the way down it from end to end. Now I'm not gonna use that whole piece of foam. I'll be trimming it. Same with the bottom piece of foam. That one, the sparkly one. We're gonna sandwich a hook in between those 2 pieces of foam. Makes for a real clean, nice looking fly. And there's both of those 2 pieces of foam there. So I take the first one and I glue it down. I get it in place right where I want it. Make sure it sticks really good to that thread base. And this is just gel super glue. It's not instant. It's pretty close though. Seems like when you squeeze it, it really tacks down. So you try to do it in one shot. And squeeze it together a couple times just for good measure to make sure it's on there good. Then you got to glue the other side down there on the bottom. You got to fill it up, and then you got to spin that other piece over. See how I pierced it, and I kind of got it out of the way there. That way I can get all that glue down into that crack and down the edges. Now watch this. You just pull it and slide it right into place. And now it's sandwiched in there. Now I gotta turn it a little bit. I'll flip it over, reposition it in the vise, and I put some more glue down here on the back end of it. And if you didn't notice, I didn't apply much glue when I first put that bottom piece on there. So this is gonna fill up that void in there. It's gonna glue the slit back together from the big piece of foam. And it'll attach right there behind the hook, and it'll kind of hold it there. And you can feel the foam get hot. It's a pretty quick process. It'll stick to your finger, and it's a pain in the neck to come off. So I just trim it up. There was a little excess there, so I made it flush with the top. And here we go. That's the body, the top and the bottom of the fly. And it's kind of the meat of it. If you look at these bugs, there's a little, that center piece of the bug is really the meat and potatoes of the whole insect. It's kind of shiny on the bottom and just kind of thick on the top, you know? So I'm gonna put a couple little orange pieces of foam right there. I just cut out tiny little squares, turn them sideways, and they're diamonds. And you got some eyes. So I'm gonna throw some thread down. And my next step is the under wing. I'm using this copper flash. And I just tie it in there, pull it back, and then I do like a figure 8 wrap over it. And it'll hold it to the side. And the rest of the pieces going in will kind of smash it down Look at all these bugs. The orange part of their wings, the bright orange part of their wings is kind of like throughout it. It's their veins. So especially on the outside. And you've got the orange legs. You'll see I'll put a ton of legs on this thing too. But here's the figure 8 thing. And notice I'm not skimping on that stuff. I'm making it long, that way I can maneuver around it easier. It's kind of wasteful, but anyhow. So I trim it way down. I keep the wing just a little bit longer than the body. You see how they stick out like that? It's nice. And I've got a piece of bucktail. Now, this is some primo bucktail I got from a dealer out of Wisconsin back in the day. He sent me a whole pile of black, and this stuff is super nice and soft. So it's going to fill that void in the center. And so I wrap it in, and this stuff matches the foam. It blends right in. So I just get it in there, get it pretty close, and then I snip off all that excess. Then I glue it down. I want that stuff to stay there. So I make sure there's plenty of glue right here. And it'll hold everything together too. After that, I kind of obsess over the glue right here a little bit. As you can tell, maybe a little too much. But I had just a little bit of the ends sticking up. And I wanted to make sure the next couple pieces go on straight. So here I am, I'm gonna clip those up. Just kind of get that in there, make it smooth on the top. Just a couple little snips. Yep. Make sure the bucktail's in the middle and the copper's kind of out to the sides. This looks the best that way. And then I got a little indicator I'm going to glue on there. And what that does, it just gives my client something to look at, man. Just look at it, kind of measure it, cover up that bucktail. So if you put more or less, I don't know, I really wouldn't go much smaller than that. But if you put more, you can cover it up a little bit with that piece of orange foam. And just put a little bit of glue, slap that bad boy on there, and now that black fly is very visible. You can see that thing a mile away. And this fly floats like a cork too. You can dangle whatever you want off the bend of that hook. You can drop huge droppers. And it just adheres right to it. It's a really quick bond. And I kind of trim up the wing. I want it all about the same length as the body. I don't want everything sticking out much further than the body. See how it pulled those wings back? There we go. And I'm using white thread right now, but later on in the video, I'm gonna clean it up with an orange Sharpie. You could clean it up with an orange one or a black one, however you wanted to do it. White's kind of universal with that thread, lets you do all kinds of stuff. And these are just orange and black, or orange and brown, I think. I don't know, they're kind of sparkly. They got a little brown and black in there. Rubber legs or flat rubber legs. And I just tie them in there like a hopper. I figure the ones in the back need to be a little bit longer. It kind of makes the fly float a little bit better. It doesn't kind of stand up on one end. But the fish, I think they respond to the little front legs that's on a cicada. And those others they just add wing movement and body movement. This fly is killer. The fish are coming up, exploding on it. It floats good. You can drop whatever nymph you want to off of it. I've actually got a wet fly, a cicada wet fly, that I'm going to be dropping off of this one. And it's kind of a drowned version of this. It doesn't have any of the foam, but it's pretty much the same shape. So yeah, as this hatch goes on, all these adult bugs are going to be, they're running out of gas and falling out of the sky. So eventually, there's going to be more dead ones than live ones. And I got to keep that in mind too. We only got a couple more weeks of this hatch. It's really neat. And every year I'm changing the fly pattern and adjusting things. So hope you like this one. Here it is.